How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Invest in Wealth channel. Today's video, we are going to be going over a new series I am doing regarding my margin account. We have just deposited $50,000 into the account. Right now our portfolio value is at $131,000. We're going to talk about my holdings, and then we're going to look at some numbers, kind of my ideas with the account, my goals. But yeah, first we'll get right into it here. These are my holdings. Main holdings are just high income ETFs. Some are very low volatility, others are quite high volatility, but all the yields are around about, I'll say 15 to 30%, give or take. Right now we have a little bit of buying power here. With the 50,000 we put in, we can borrow up to 150,000 with 3-to-1 leverage. So kind of my whole idea with this, I was running through the numbers, which we'll take a look at now here. So with my current holdings, we're expected to have monthly distributions of about $2,247. Right now I'm borrowing $82,500 on margin at 4.95%. So my interest payable on that margin balance is $340. So that means our monthly cash flow is about $1,900. So what are we going to do with this $1,900 of cash flow left over? Are we going to reinvest the distributions, buy more shares, and have this number keep growing? Or are we going to have to pay down our margin balance, which will obviously reduce our amount that we borrow and decrease the amount that we pay in interest? My thoughts now, I might do a little bit of a hybrid strategy, reinvest most of the distributions back into more shares, and then allocate a little bit into actually paying down that margin balance. This strategy might change over time. At the beginning of the portfolio, I may just reinvest most of the distributions just to get some capital in the account. But yeah, we definitely don't want to get margin called here because that would be a big issue. But yeah, today we're sitting at 48,523. I made all these purchases yesterday, as you can see here. Our biggest holdings are C Day, S Day, and Q Day. These ones pay distributions semi-monthly. HBTE, this is a Bitcoin covered call ETF. It kind of tracks the price of Bitcoin a little bit. And then the fund manager does a covered call strategy on the holdings. UMAX, this one here, it's very low volatility, just Canadian utilities, some pipelines, stuff like that. It doesn't really move too much, but it does have a nice 15% yield. I don't know what I'll do with this position. I might, if things are going well, I might move some of this into the other holdings that provide a little bit more growth. HBTE is definitely our more riskier holding, very volatile. The rest of the funds, not too much volatility, but when you're using 3-to-1 leverage, it can go quite up and down a little bit here. So yeah, there's definitely some risk involved, but I'm gonna take you on this journey. Hopefully you guys learned something in these videos, and hopefully this works out in the end for me as well. Going over our first holding here, C Day. This one is the Canadian Equity Daymax ETF. So the portfolio manager writes covered calls on 0 day to expiry options. They use about 25% leverage, a little bit of exposure to equities. Again, this yield is 16.39%. We have 1,810 shares, and monthly income we're expecting to be around $832, which is definitely our biggest holding. We may rearrange the portfolio as we learn and move on, but as of today, that is our biggest holding. If we go back to the other holdings in our portfolio, we have S Day, same idea as C Day, just this one is off of a US equity index. Yield is roughly the same, a little bit higher at 17.69%. And then our expected income from this holding is $504 a month. Next up, we have Q-Day, which would be $346. This one is more of a growth holding. Obviously, it is a covered call ETF. It's a little bit more risky than these two. This one goes off of the technology index. Again, same strategy with the 0 DTE options. This yield just sitting under 17%. This one's semi-monthly payer as well. This one's more volatile than the first two funds we looked at, but hopefully in the long run we can get some good growth, as well as we already know that we'll be receiving the nice high dividend. Taking a look at definitely our most riskiest holding, HBTE. This one makes up about 12% of our portfolio. This tracks the Bitcoin Leaders Enhanced Income ETF. So what they do, they write call options, cover call options on up to about 50% of the portfolio. It's tracked to Bitcoin related equities. This one's definitely our highest yield at 33%. This one a monthly payer. So for this fund, our monthly income, we're expecting about $380. And then last but not least, we'll go to UMAX. So this one is kind of just our low volatility Canadian utility ETF. Provides a steady income. There won't be too much up and down in the share price, which will be good for the kind of the purpose of this account. We just want to collect that nice yield, 14.1%, and then hopefully there's not too many bumps with this fund, but it is only 12%, so we can adjust if needed. Look at that 5-year chart there. So yeah, the price doesn't really move too much. There's not much growth here, like whatsoever, but we are collecting the 14% yield, and we're only paying 4.95% on the margin. So that's kind of my thoughts on this portfolio. We're borrowing at 4.95%, and all of our yields are at least 16 to 33%. We're going to be using some of the distributions to reinvest more shares into more shares to increase our monthly income. But we're also going to be paying down our margin balance just so then we can build up some equity in the portfolio. Kind of my goal in 10 years is to have all the margin paid off, plus our holdings to multiply into making at least like $100,000 a year in distributions, which is honestly, I've ran the numbers. It's not out of the question. So that's why I kind of want to make these videos, take you on the journey. Hopefully you guys learned something. But yeah, this was our first video. We'll do some weekly updates. If you guys want to see some other videos regarding rental portfolios or some stocks and different ETFs I can go over, just let me know in the comments. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy your night, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.